The Ripple versus SEC lawsuit and its outcomes are well known to all of us. However, things are evolving, and XRP is currently rising to new heights. Furthermore, the greatest positive signal ever is that the SEC is no longer a danger. According to cryptocurrency analysts, the value of the XRP Ripple coin may increase to $10,000. And they're sure it will happen, so this isn't just a rumor. I promise you won't want to miss this video. Immediately, let's get started. Disclaimer. With his most recent comments, former SEC Chief Gary Gensler has once again put himself in the crosshairs of the cryptocurrency community. He reiterated his well-known stance that almost all cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin are doomed speculative schemes in a recent CNBC interview. Gensler claims that these tokens are primarily hype-driven and have little intrinsic worth, with many eventually proving to be scams. According to him, Bitcoin is the exception, as it does not fit the criteria of a security. John Deaton, who is famous for standing out for XRP holders during Ripple's legal battle, was equally ready to point out what he regards as obvious hypocrisy as Gensler, who was quick to characterize the entire cryptocurrency field as a haven for scammers. Deaton reminded everyone that Gensler frequently uses the stunning failure of FTX as an excuse for his strict enforcement-first strategy. However, Gensler has continuously omitted his own private conversations with Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced founder of FTX. According to reports, SBF had multiple meetings with Gensler and other authorities before to FTX's collapse. Questions concerning preferential treatment have been stoked by the fact that these meetings were never publicly discussed and by SBF's political contributions to the Biden administration, which have reportedly totaled up to $10 million. Deaton publicly questioned whether Gensler purposefully ignored FTX, letting it function with less regulation than other platforms. According to Deaton, the crypto community becomes suspicious of the sex acts and inaction about FTX as a result of this selective quiet. This prolonged quiet has given rise to a debate of its own. Why did Gensler wait until it was too late to express concerns about one of the biggest scams in contemporary financial history if he genuinely thought the cryptocurrency field was full of scams and speculative bubbles? Many members of the XRP and larger cryptocurrency community believe that Gensler's recent cautions regarding altcoins are overshadowed by the lack of openness. It's interesting to note that the SEC has already changed its tone since Gensler left. Paul Atkins, the new chair, appears determined to break with Gensler's authoritarian style. Atkins emphasized during his speech at the Wyoming Blockchain Symposium that not all cryptocurrencies are securities, contending that classification is contingent upon the structure and practical operation of the token. That viewpoint alone marks a radical departure from Gensler's generalization, which grouped almost all digital assets under the securities category. Of far more importance is the SEC's Project Crypto initiative, which aims to update securities regulations for the digital age. By connecting assets like stocks, bonds, and currencies with digital platforms, the project seeks to incorporate blockchain technology into established financial markets. The agency is now recognizing the inevitable role blockchain will play in the global economy, even though the transition will be gradual. This moment feels like a tipping point for holders of XRP and the larger cryptocurrency community. With Atkins's more nuanced approach and the start of Project Crypto, the SEC may now be moving from an adversarial to a helpful position, albeit Gensler's silence on FTX still raises a lot of unsolved problems. If that change turns out to be genuine, it may signal the start of a more open and equitable regulatory framework that strikes a balance between innovation and investor protection. And the crypto world delivers once more just when you thought this narrative might grow any weirder. Naturally, the experts were compelled to include some astounding forecasts on the future of XRP and the industry as a whole. And believe me when I say that this time, they're not just brave, they're completely insane. Now that XRP is moving once more, the cryptocurrency world is talking about it non-stop. Check out these recent posts on social media. While the XRP update informed followers that XRP is back on track, Harry tweeted that XRP was ready to make a move higher, steadily but slowly. The more audacious voices are drawing the most attention. Will XRP reach $100 with the current surge? That was the million-dollar question posed by XRP Dragon. Together, let's make that a reality. Additionally, John Squire increased the intrigue by adding a personal stake. The thrill isn't simply social media hype once XRP reaches $100 and I have $1 million. Both community commentators and analysts are speculating about some astounding possibilities. Some people think that XRP is significantly undervalued at its current $3 price. Some optimism is supported by historical performance. From November 2024 to January 2025, XRP increased by around 600%, reminding investors of its capacity for rapid and significant growth. Some are eager to go much farther, while others anticipate a more moderate run to $50 or $100. The creator of Alpha Lions Academy, Eduardo Farina, believes that $100 is a reasonable goal, but a tiny, overly enthusiastic minority anticipates a long-term run into the thousands or possibly $10,000. Xena, a prominent member of the XRP community, is among the most assured speakers. She didn't hesitate when asked if she thought XRP may reach $10,000. It will, without a doubt. Why? XRP is currently in the same early stage as Ethereum and Bitcoin. When Ethereum touched $5 and Bitcoin hit $1,000, critics laughed. But for some who followed their gut, those initial investments became famous. In defiance of doubters, Xena herself purchased Ethereum at $5 and Bitcoin between $200 and $600, and it paid out. She thinks XRP presents a comparable potential today. I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment with your ideas or questions, and, most importantly, remember to subscribe if you found the information informative and enjoyable.